Now we're live. Astralis Talent, Big Omen Academy, and Ancient. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're right into this. Big with a T-side start, the Big Omen Academy. Aqua and the boys leaning over towards B to open this up. And a very heavy stack towards the B site for Astralis Talent. This is already a little bit wild as far as pistol rounds go. You've got 5 players for Big running into this 4-man stack for Astralis Talent. They re-aggro down lane into a double hold, and that is pretty nasty in terms of dealing with this aggro out of Astralis Talent. Just Altec's left, he's hit this good timing into the site, but now he's sandwiched. Never knows about the default player. And so that's a Big Omen Academy round right there.
Aqua's an animal, man. Like, he actually is. That pistol's lovely from him. Couldn't pick a target in that essentially 2v1. Flicks, and then his teammate executes the other guy at the same second. So, gets 2 in the round. Patient in that little pocket. So Big with the pistol. And yeah, neither of these teams having ever played this map in officials. That makes this a little more exciting as well. We had Mr. stepping in for Astralis Talent yesterday with internet issues for Nofib, but he's back. Mr. looks really good though, so pressure's on. And here on Ancient, you know, predictions out the window, no idea. Guesstimations now. Who's been doing their homework? Well, Big certainly have. Good smoke executor out of middle. Going to be cutting off everything, and they can just take all this real estate. No one going to be able to stop them.
Yeah, one of the things that is so interesting is that, like, with this map, the meta isn't set in stone at all yet, right, as to how this is even played at the top level. So it's very, very interesting seeing what solutions these academy squads have been able to come up with. Big Omen Academy are leaning towards this A site. They've got Lapex holding on for mid-rotation. He can try to come in to help out from Cube if that's a problem. But it looks like he's more so responsible for keeping them out of Cube. That is a collateral with the scout. Oh my word, that is not what you expected if you're Big Omen Academy. That is dire. And they lose Lapex in middle as well. This might be a 4-spy win for Astralis on the back of Void with that scout.
Yeah, there's more work to be done though. Still 2 rifles to get through. And no one's giving up anything. Void catches another as Prime turns his back. And now he's got to somehow pull out the round. He won't be able to. Void with 3. Woo!
Now, don't get me wrong, it's a bit weird because of the Void collateral, but that was a fairly flat A take. I'll expand on that in a moment, but for now, let's go into the TeamSpeak. Here's some of the comms in this coming round. In just a moment, we're going to rewatch this collateral. It was almost 3 in one bullet.
Yeah.
All right, let's leap into the TeamSpeak. Let's hear the comms.
Dann könnt ihr hinter Side mollien.
Der war nicht hinter Spot, ne?
Der war Tempel,
Der war
in der
Tempel
Smoke, er
und
hat
hat rechts gepiekt.
Ach so. Ja, dann die Flash, die ich gezeigt habe, hinter die Big Box.
Bitte take.
Abbruch, Jungs.
Rampe, Mollo.
Bitte getake, die können da hoch. Zu dir, ich gehe mit VB. Pass auf, halt dich erstmal selber, Nico, ich bin gleich da. Alex, hilf ihm mal. Alex, hilf ihm mal, ich hab B lang.
Bitte ist
Einer ist Stairs.
Die haben Triple B, die spielen Triple D. Die spielen Triple B. Ihr könnt Mitte zusammen taken, zu dritt.
Ja, dann komme ich zurück von A. Ich habe A eigentlich noch nichts Aggressives gesehen.
Einer Window smoken oder haben wir nix?
Wir haben gar nichts.
Den
Und euch ist
Catwalk
3.
vor.
Bin jetzt
Pitch
Mitte
down,
da.
einer.
Nice, Six-Shot.
Scout down, ne? Einer nur A gerade.
Geh Pit rein.
Ich geh Haus.
Einer regresst dir vielleicht.
Ah, jetzt abgesmoked, Main.
Einer Rampe. Ich stehe
Ich
Bauch.
bin Haus drin.
Lass dich Haus spielen. Okay.
2 Rampe.
Ja, lass A gehen, oder nicht?
Einer hat tagged.
Ich gehe hinterher. Die gehen zurück. Die gehen 2 Leute B.
Mehr A gehen?
Was
Hey,
müssen wir machen,
geflasht.
Jungs?
Ja, lass Donut Kontakt kommen.
Immer noch 2 B.
Einer A, glaube ich nur. Einer ist vor Haus, einer ist back.
Tempel
allein.
einer. Tempel
Der
einer.
ist
Er
Tempel.
ist
Ich
Tempel
glaube, er
rechts.
ist allein.
Nehmen den
Tempel
Tempel
rechts.
an. Wir haben 20 Sekunden. Ich flash gleich rechts, okay? Ändern Tempel. Flash rechts. Tempel
CT,
tot.
CT. 2.
Bitte links.
Nicht gesehen, Lukas. Einer
Beide
CT
CT, beide.
Das One-Hit. Mit tot.
Beide rechts.
Nice! Niklas!
Du bist eine Maschine! Digga, ich hab so overfaced, Mann. Ich hab gar nicht
Scheiß drauf, Alter.
German Deeg strike again.
Yeah.
They strike big.
Big Nick as well with a huge double kill there at the end to close that out in their favor. And you could hear that celebration, man. That is a huge victory to have picked up. I'm really curious what these Big Omen Academy A takes are going to look like, right? Like, thus far, we had the collateral from Void. That kind of uprooted the A take last time. Now, the reason why I was a little concerned is there wasn't a great deal of, like, complementary utility for the A play, and it wasn't really acted upon whenever it was down, right? They left it so long that CT angle was open up to Void, and that's why he was able to get away with so much damage. So I do have a bit of a vested interest now in seeing how these set pieces in towards A come together for Big Omen Academy. Was that just, you know, an anti-eco round where maybe you're a bit faster, a bit looser with the util? Or is this all they've got over towards that side of the map? Right now they're leading in towards this B-bomb site again. And Astralis talent, they've actually been pretty respectful here, taking the eco and looking for an investment in the next round.
It's a wise call. We'll see how they fare. Leaves them with not a lot in this, though. Still feels somewhat surreal to be seeing Ancient played out. But here we are, Big. They're going to play it right into that B site. Into the stack they go, and the Deagle starts strong. Can they follow up through the smoke with another? They go on the corner, and he's going to grab a kill. Don't tell me the Deags will bite back, because they certainly could. USP through the smoke, glazed in hot water. They don't even know about the man in the back of the site. He's cleared out. Ammo runs dry, and Nuffy, he picks up a gun, but he'd have to reload it anyway. Doesn't get given the time to. Big do convert the round. 3-1 on the T side. Little scary going into the stack there, but they come out on top. Now we have that full buy for Astralis, Talent, AWP for Void. Lots of Vs in this team. And let's see if that little one eco was worthwhile waiting for.
Yeah, so Void's going to be this cube AWPer then. That's cool to see. We see Monacy playing here as well with his AWP. But not going to get a chance to see the AWP in this round with a fast B play dealt to Astralis Talent. Already Aqua with all the openers needed, and Nick has sweetened the deal as well. This is a save from the get-go for Astralis.
Yeah.
This is not what they wanted by any stretch of the imagination.
No
and even
way.
here, it's getting weird around Cave. Vesta walking right under Lapex, but thank God, smell-o-vision technology is not there yet, or else he would have known all about it.
That would be weird in CS. You smell your prey. Don't think that will get implemented anytime soon. Vesta with an exit, and that is it. He might even die on his save as well. Glaive doesn't want to throw his body into middle. Could be more than one there, so he respects it. That's fine, giving away 3 guns, but you take the round if you're Big. Looking pretty prepared. That's the first time I've seen that smoke, right? One that is thrown from the back of B, little jump throw into cave. And what that does, let Big just fully send up the ramp. No one play inside of the cave. No one try and clear those close corners that can have shotguns inside, as we've seen from teams like VP on this map. And so gets cleared out, or sorry, gets avoided, and B gets cleared out. And then you never even have to worry about one of those 3 B players that was in cave from the beginning. The other side of the cave smoke here. Also thrown from spawn. We got lineups for everything nowadays. The world we live in. Gotta watch out for Cube though, because that's where the org sits, not for waiting. Going to give him a lot of fights, but only one is needed to take him out of the round. They have everything. They have Cube, they have Cave, mid. Big can go wherever they want, and it will be A walking in through the A main with one man meeting up with this split from middle. Meanwhile, Aqua's selling B pretty hard. Void's still here because he still sees someone in the cube. But surely he can't win this on his own.
Oh, given a chance there. But now they learn about this AWP. They don't even have to face him, but they will. They hunt down the last guy. Aqua, meanwhile, was selling a fake at B, and he actually removed everyone, all 3 players from that side of the map.
Lovely work. Certainly one way to fake.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this has been like a reoccurring theme. Whenever I speak about Aqua, I always throw in the idea that a lot of the things that make this guy so impressive is that a lot of the impact he finds is him off on his own, doing his own thing, right? And yet he's still able to create a tremendous amount of space for his team to work around.
Yeah, Lapex on the AWP. He does have a spawn. We'll see if that stays in this map, right? Maybe Glaive isn't comfortable with it yet. And, you know, even though Glaive has been taking it in recent games, like Lapex, in those games that we saw him more, he was more than capable. So it can really come down to just the round, to the day, to the feeling, to the spawn, all these things deciding the weapon of choice. Fast out of A. Void's here with an AUG spraying down the first. He gets out before the smoke blooms. Vesta pushes through CT, looking to deny a plant from the boxes. A deep molly, he's up in front of it, and out he goes with one. Doesn't try and stop the bomb plant, they cancel it in fear that he will. But that's a lovely little 4-on-3 grabbed by Astralis as they set up to move in together. Oh, forget the bomb, forget the plant. You're all about kills now. And Aqua will grab one.
Aqua needs more though, and cut short on his journey. Vesta gonna mop him up. Lapex now in a very big rotation here. All the way through spawn. Astralis talent still 3 over towards A though, so we'll be given a chance at the plant. And with that, an opportunity in the 1v3. It's not the biggest of opportunities. It's not the brightest of opportunities. Hell, it's far from the best of opportunities, but opportunity is opportunity nonetheless.
Take what you're given.
Apex with a plant and now facing in the 1-on-3, looking to get an opener on these CT players. Doesn't want to hang around, doesn't want to make this fight too easy. And so there's the first for Lapex. Now he's trying to play around this bomb. Now his objective has changed. It's gone from thinning out this retake to playing around the bomb plant that he worked for up past the smoke. The Lapex up in their faces. They don't know. He's playing it perfectly. He's wrapping around now, and he gets them off the bomb. There's not enough time for the defuse. Lapex wins that 1-on-3. Might not have been the best of opportunities, but he seizes what he gets and he makes it work. And that is the hallmark of a great IGL. So there it is, 6 on the board for Big Omen Academy. And it's all on the back of that Lapex AWP.
Crikey, that's a massive round. I stopped myself from saying big, but it is a round for big, and they are going to be celebrating that one, even calling a pause, maybe just for Lapex to catch his breath. Heart must be racing after a round like that. The solo rotate into the FTB bomb site, and he's allowed to sneak that round past. Should never have happened. Astralis talent, quite the test here on Ancient. Quite the risk to leave this in. Gotta hope they've got more up their sleeve to show, right? Because they straight up picked this map out of the 4 remaining. So for Astralis, yet to see the results of that. Let's see the reason why. Aqua gets mollied in lane. No pushing down the ramp though just yet. Altex has taken it now, and he's got a bit of support. His teammate cut off by the Molotov. And he gets out alive with a flashbang as well. Sees nothing in that play. He knows that Aqua is trapped in the smoke, but doesn't want to full send to find him. Vesta Ollie on the other side, he's now trapped, but he wants to catch his players. Wind nades out, he does on the first. Good flashbang, actually rather bad flashbang from Lapex. Almost catches prime taps, but he still gets out with a kill. 4-on-4. B is controlled, and Vesta doesn't know. Or Altex doesn't know, rather. Still trapped in here. Going to get walked on.
Claim 4x3. No, he's walked to his death. Oh, heartbreaking. Heartbroken. And Altex still very much a big player in this round. Finally, knocked out of it by Aqua. He's carved a path for this bomb plant to come in. Noffit taking a little peek, but isn't afforded that fight, and so they're just saving on Astralis talent. They're writing this one off. Big Omen Academy up to 7, and this has got all the makings of a one-sided game. I do really like the way that Big Omen Academy are approaching this cave control. For the most part, they're just ignoring it, right? They're kind of giving you cave a lot of the time. I know they face it there, but it's one of the first examples we've had of them bringing that cave fight to Astralis talent. And I think it's quite interesting because thus far it feels like what they're doing is they're smoking these cave players out whenever they are going for B hits. They're taking ramp control. A lot of the time aren't even really getting fought too heavily up through the ramp. And then because the player in cave is smoked off, they know that a lot of the time he's going to reroute around to lane, try to fast flank ramp, right? Try to offer something up. And normally there's a player there to keep an eye on that for Big Omen Academy. Yeah. And it does feel very easy to get that kill from lane if you're keeping the control. If you're playing pocket or, you know, down towards the double doors, you've got a lot of chances to put a stop to someone in cave trying to come in on a flank.
Yeah, because that is the place to make plays, right? As a CT, if you want to throw yourself into the action, like, sure, first contact is middle, but CTs will often just get smoked out of mid in the early round. If you want to get involved, if you want to, you know, take an early fight, you will push cave. And so, yeah, Big R giving it up. Big R holding in the lane very passively, and the kills are coming to them. This is another example of that default. Dinked is Nick. He's got support. And actually, Astralis, they don't like what they see. They get some damage off and they get out of there alive. Nothing wrong with that. Makes Big second guess this A play. And they know they have to clear all of main if they go back to it. Meanwhile, Astralis stack up on that B bomb site, third player here. Mid is open, right? There's that info being gained by Noffy in the cube, but as far as he's aware, you know, once he's smoked off, once he's pushed back, Big, they could take everything. They could wrap this CT spawn. They're even trying to do that now. Info's been gained. Aqua gets spotted, but as Noffy bounds out of there, we need to see a B player lean back to spawn. Viggo's going to do it. And this is all a bit of a ruse as the bomb clears A main. A big fake B.
Yeah, Altex has at least got that information ahead of time that, like, no one's pushing through cave. His teammates don't see anything over towards B ramp. So you might get it in your head that this is feeling like a fake. You've got this player boosted as well, Investor. 1 kill out of the Deagle. Any more dropping into the waiting prime taps. That was the bomb spotted back in main. So the rotations, while they are coming through, they've lost the players in this site.
Oh, close.
Unable to hold on. Our Astralis talent. Void's going to be left saving this AWP again. And Viggo, much the same fate, is out of there with him.
Yeah, they're already hunting.
And Big Omen Academy want to strip these guns away.
Look at the lock-in right now, all the way down on ramp. They were running before the save was even called. They knew it was coming. And now they've got this sort of trapped. Void, this shot, they're already up into the site. And now he's a dead man walking. Couldn't even take one with him. Viggo spotted on pillar, and he's not long for the world either. So all the kills for Big, all the rounds for Big. 8-1, looking very prepared on the T side of this map. They've been doing their homework. For Astralis, is there any solution right there? That's part of the worry, especially on CT. Like, while there are a lot of options for CT, you don't really have the experience. Maybe you've played scrims and maybe you've lost some games there and gone back to the drawing board, but now you're in an official where Big are just doing whatever the hell they want. Their bombs late rotating. They've got lane for free every single round. They're not giving you kills in cave, and so Astralis don't currently seem to have any solutions. We need something now.
Oh, there's a boost over this mid-smoke. Oh, and a follow-up for Prime Taps. Finally, Astralis Talent started this round in a 5-on-4, but that victory was short-lived. The double mid-hold broken down by just one man on Big Omen Academy. And now they're going to ease back into this 4-on-3 with a little B play getting dealt to Astralis Talent. Altex is here with this secondary AWP. Oh, but even he's starting to leave. Oh, they're considering taking a gamble and leaning towards A. Altex will nail that first shot. That's Aqua Court crossing. Now a 3-on-3. And if Altex can even take one of these B players to the grave with him, that's going to be so valuable. There he is, Glaive dead. The bomb getting switched to out in the open from Nick. That's a bit of a question mark.
Yeah.
And so suddenly what was a 4-on-3 is now a 1v3. The guy who started the round with a double for Big has got to win it in a 1 versus 3 post plant if he even gets that far, which he won't.
Yeah, I don't know why Nick was walking out with bomb there. Like, there was a smoke down. Maybe he thinks he's covered, but Altex is just picking your team off from the long side. So, weird one, but you take it if you're Altex. Big round out of the 2 AWPs, Void to open, and even despite all that mid control, they still walk into the AWP. And it lights up the scoreboard. 2 rounds here for Astralis, looking for an 8-7 recovery. Still attainable. That would be a decent half. Big back to their default. 2 outside of middle, smoked off. Not going to be able to boost through that one this time. A little gap for Aqua to catch these players climbing up ledge. Astralis have been doing this, or at least trying to do it.
Oh,
Dangerous.
yeah, that might force Vesta to concede some cave control as well. And that's not even where Big Omen Academy are really desperate for here. This is all an effort to take the reins of middle away from Astralis Talent again. They've done that to begin this round. And on the back of making Astralis Talent worry about middle, you're going to really slow down some of these rotations from the A bomb site. There's a lot more pressure now on these players in B to hold the line. With Altex swept aside right away, Vesta and Vigo, these are the double Vs we got to look to. Up now it's just one of them, just Vesta. Trapped over here in Cubby. Out the quad, Nick is flashed off the angle. That's one freebie. But Lapex is able to trade, and once again, it's just going to be one of these saves out of Astralis Talent.
Damn.
They get that one little bright spark of a round, and now it's back to the old familiar.
Yeah, when Big are starting their B attack, though, in a 5-on-3, because they've just double opened into Cave and taking down Vigo at the back of the site, yeah, you're already in hot water there if you're Astralis. Vesta, almost a double, could have lined up Lapex, but without that kill, there's no temptation to retake in what would have been a 2-on-3. And it's now a 2-on-4, so guns do get kept here for Astralis, but that is one of their very small victories. Big continue to build into this T side, 9 rounds. And Aqua at the forefront of all of this again. You know, he's had definitely some quiet games as the tournament went on. He started impeccable. He was 30 bombing every map. It felt like he'd never stop. And so it's good to see him once again showing up big in the early stages of this map. And that means everything, right? The beginning of the game, setting a precedent like this, setting a T side like this, like nothing can go wrong now for Big. Almost. Seen leads given up.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to risk jinxing anything.
Yeah,
what
not
with
after last game, yeah.
the VP Fnatic affair.
But this is pretty good right now for Big, as long as it keeps up. As long as they trade rounds here in this half, T-side's going to be excellent.
Yes, that's the cube smoke thrown over by Lapex. This is going to help you get a nice foothold over here in middle. And with how they've thrown these smokes, they're on a bit of a timer. That smoke in top mid is going to fade long before the one in cube does. So Big Omen Academy walk through this smoke almost like it's a door, right? This is kind of how they have the timing set up. With this one blooming first, it means that AWP is cut out the angle the longest, and it's also the first smoke to fade. Now it means that these three players in top mid were covered from cube, the smoke that they threw later. And it's netted them all this CT control. Now it's led to a bit of a weird spot in the round with smoke still in hand for Astralis Talent. They smoke these guys back in CT main. Now they're stuck waiting here for the actual ramp hit to come through. With Glaive getting picked off from Vesta, they don't want to send the bomb out alone into this B site, so they're having to bring a player back.
Huge.
Playing off of the room that Aqua's just provided. They've left middle. They leave Lapex here as a solo lurk. And this decision to up and leave the flank might serve Big well. There's very little time left as the bomb's going down. And it's a 2v1 with that kill narrowly going Nick's way. Void has got to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, Lapex puts up so much in the back line there. 2 kills before he's finally put down, and Nick on 4 health surviving the dink. Void, he removed Lapex early, and now he's got to do the rest. 1v2, they're boosting at the boxes inside of Cave, and so Nick has early contact that Void is not ready for.
There's been a few little cool ideas like that, right? Like with how they're approaching Cave, with the boost there. So much of this is like catered around taking advantage of angles that you don't often have to worry about, right? Like that is the whole intention of that boost. It's like usually you can't really die if you're running in like that. You're afforded the room to check ramp, but with a player boosted over the top, that's an angle that's not often afforded to you.
Yeah, Big, they've just got everything, right? They've got whatever they want right now. Now they're even starting to clear out cave and gun rounds, and they're not getting punished by it either. Maybe if it was VP Prodigy, it would be a different story, but Astralis Talent haven't quite caught onto the Mag 7 meta that is this B site right now. I'm not joking, by the way. Shotguns are sick in this round.
No, 100%, Hugo.
Obviously, it's kind of, you know, the reason the general reason that shotguns suck is like, say you go B with your shotgun and then your opponents rush A and they plant, you're screwed. Like, there's nothing to do. But, you know, if you get a kill, you can upgrade. So it's worthwhile. Right now, Astralis have, once again, just Eagles. Taking some ramp. I like this. They've tried it once this half. That is it. Now, Big know it's coming because the smoke is down, but they still can't stop it. Aqua put to the test. And a gun given over to Astralis on an eco.
Oh, the stress that just hit Noffy. I felt that. I felt that shake. There is an aggressive main push out of Void. He could drop the bomb with the Deeg, and he has. Will he be ready for the players out through Cube? Yes, he is. And now he's worked out that there's no one coming from main, that he's got this bomb and isn't able to get traded by Big Omen Academy. Void has been able to work all this out. And it's left onto Glaive in a 1-on-3. Dead, shot in the back of the head, or I guess the side of the head by Vesta. The Deagles persevere for Astralis Talent. And finally, we get a round out of the Astralis squad where they stop being so damn respectful of all this utility, of all the smokes that Big throw their way. They just walk right through it. They set a precedent that, no, man, we're not going to play respectful anymore. There's nothing wrong with respecting smokes. It's just when you're respecting every area of map control and letting Big take whatever they want, which is what this has felt like early on, it just leaves Big's playbook wide open, and yours feels very restricted by comparison.
Oh, and even now, first time in this spot, Noffa gets spotted, he gets mollied, then naded, and it stops him in the fire, and so PrimeTaps peeks him. PrimeTaps has had some lovely entries in this game. He has been at the forefront of so many of these opening duels. And on top of them as well. So 4-3. Altex, bit of aggression could go a long way in this round. The bomb is still back in spawn, and I mean that word literally. So, Big, trying to fight their way through middle. They see the AWP and they get out. Wise of them to leave. They're about to get crunched by 3. Glaive has his B control, but look at the misread. Altex has pushed lane, and he's going, oh, well, B's clear, so let's stack A, I guess. And now Big late, picking up that bomb and heading B-ward bound. Oh, my goodness. Could not have gone worse here for Altex. Glaive has still got this lane control as well. He's starting to clear cave. Big don't know it's free. They're about to find out.
Yeah, empty bomb site. It's the red carpet rolled out for Big. Timing on Altex's push couldn't have gotten worse if he tried. Vigo and Void, they're left in an unlikely 2-on-3. Glaive's gonna nail the opener, and now just Void left to be onto the Deagle. Damage done, but Glaive is gonna weather it. 11 on the board for Big Omen Academy, and this one-sided first half is looking like a lock-in. Astralis talent, even though they're buying now in round 15, they're gonna have rifles. There will be a couple of players who are lacking somewhat.
That's the cave smoke over the lane for Glaive. This last round of the half, hell, it's only for consolation here for Astralis, just trying to get some semblance of control in this map. 3 rounds right now, and nothing to show for it. Again, that lane control comes to Big for free with the double smokes in middle. There's no one even here to stop them. Orp is in cube to try and watch that cross up top mid, and Altex activating late, but they're holding. They are patient. Glaive, oh, he doesn't get the kill. Altex now taking a man up and leaving in this 5-on-4. Void's been dunked out in cube. I don't know how he was low enough to kill with a nade. Maybe peeked with it. And now a 4-on-4 setting into A. B pick for Aqua. Again, he seems to be selling a fake on his own and getting all the kills for it. Do Big recommit into B now that they've got that kill? Because look at how it's adjusted the setup. We've got this late mid lurker, but he will be spotted by the Orb, traded out by Vigo, getting a second kill. And in that moment, he knows that B has been lost.
Oh, they're even flashing Aqua in for a peek now. That might be getting ahead of yourselves somewhat there, right? This is what comes with the territory at an 11-3 scoreline. Thus far, it feels like all your peaks go unpunished. Now they finally have been, and you've left Nick in a 1v2 to decide if this is an incredible half or a redeemable half for Astralis talent. Both players over at quad, smoke on the bomb. Nick concealed, and oh my god, the swing with both players dead to Nick. They can't seem to set a foot wrong on this side of Big Omen Academy. That's a 12-3 half locked in. And this now is a very rough game for Astralis to ever imagine getting back into.
Yeah, how are you supposed to, right? Even with a pistol round, you better have done some serious work on your T side. Yeah, that was almost triple crikey. Great scout shot, but yeah, some serious work on your T sides. Big came in looking pretty prepared, right? I wouldn't even say that Big have, you know, a huge amount of util and these crazy executes like that. It's not like they had these 3 A smoke rounds. They barely even went A for crying out loud. They just had solid defaults. The late mid take with 2, sometimes boosting to stop lane control. Lane, they would get every round that Aqua would hold in pocket and kill reaggressing players. Obviously, one thing that Big have always had really good in this tournament is calling. It does seem like everyone's very much on the same page. They believe in what Apex is bringing to the table. And so this is a good example of that. Just buddy systems for Big all around the map.
Yeah, and you know, man, like Astralis talent could never challenge for any of these key areas, it felt like, right? Outside of that one round where they de-rushed down ramp, that was like the only real attempt of map control we saw out of them. I haven't really seen a T-side team be given this much freedom before to just execute whatever they want. And, you know, I think the results kind of speak for themselves if you let someone do that, right? You see what happens if you let Big Omen Academy take lane every round. They had a lot of ideas how to stop it. And, you know, even though we had those nice, like, mid-boosts as an example to put a stop to lane control, wasn't something that Big had to do all the time. They only pulled it in a handful of times.
It's all it takes, man. Instill the fear, right? Set the precedent. 12-3, big on the CT side. Let's see how they're feeling in their team speak.
Die Russian Cave, die Russian Cave.
Die Russian
Die
Cave.
Mitte.
Ich bin mit dem Holz mit dir. Ich brenne.
Durch.
Cave raus.
Durch,
Noch
Pillar
einer
links.
Pillar links.
Rampe einer.
Wir haben Retake.
Rampe
Kann
einer
ich
links.
nicht, kann ich nicht. Einer close lang. Nice!
Nice, gegen
Down.
einen.
Auch immer noch an Cube Gigant. Er weiß, dass du da bist.
Links.
Von dir. Bitte lang rein sein. Nice, Aqua.
Nice, Mann.
Boah, das war ein bisschen Overcommit von mir, sorry.
Ah, gut, Mann.
Ja,
Du hast immer noch.
Easy does it there for Big, right? They hear that cave call coming in instantly. And man, are their numbers inside of that B site ready to deal with a rush from Astralis talent. Big steal the pistol away. Aqua with a little clutch to close. And hell, talk of close. Well, we might be closing out this map in a moment. We've seen nothing from Astralis talent, and that round is not going to do them any more favors. Forcing up in the second, couple of Mac 10s with their Deagles. And they're going for it again.
Yeah, fast up B into the stack, but the SMGs, it's good results early. Apex having to get out of danger, get out of cave and wait for his teammates to move in. It's not plain sailing for Big Omen Academy. This would be impressive if they're able to pull this one off, right? A 3-on-3 right away, thanks to Aqua. And through the smoke, he's just found it. 2 more. Oh, boy. What? He just sprayed it. Hugo, he just went through the smoke, found them both, and now Noffa. 1-on-3. Big green deagle. Big green deagle. And it's with a bit of green that a good time could be had for him, but no, Lapex locks it in. Big Omen Academy, they find that conversion, they stop the B rush. That was a 3-on-5 that they're able to close out, keeping all 3 players alive to boot.
Yeah, now it's like out of the point where it's like, oh yeah, Big are just sick. No, now Astralis are getting unlucky, right? When you get spammed like that, let's see if we see it again. Aqua, yeah, the lineup and everything. Oh dear. That takes it out of your hands and it throws it onto the floor. Bomb plant is big for Astralis though. It means they can buy. But at this scoreline, I'm just happy we get to see a gun round for Astralis, really. Because it might be a one and only. Especially if Big have their way, pushing middle, trying to take the early kill. Void won't give it up. Miss smoke. Big will leave mid. As Astralis set up for a split. But I say split, they aren't even committing to their mid control. They're going back to A fully with everyone here. Vesta is on the other side of the map right now. Don't know how he's supposed to have impact if Astralis are committing without him. They're leaving him on his lonesome as Aqua finds the kills. 2 for him to start, and he doesn't want to give up any more.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to, right? He's already done enough. Vesta has gained all this space over at B, but it's a long rotate around with that bomb. Oh, Nick spotted Vesta. Dead after that, and now any hope of getting into this B site, it's out the window, man. You can't just walk into an empty site anymore. You've got to fight your way into B. Oh, actually, no. They're letting them have it for free.
Yeah, they can retake it, though. I don't think Big are too stressed about this position. And Astralis, they're going to take time clearing corners anyway. Bomb finally coming in. Glaive going to get flashed into position now. Both still on the bomb site. They cross deep and they don't check their corner. Glaive with 1 and Void can't even trade. It's Glaive with a double to close out the round and find 15 for Big Omen Academy. This is more like it for Big. I want to see more Ancient in this tournament. I mean, people probably won't want to play it against you now, but if they leave it open, I'd love some Ancient locking for Big because they did not pick this map, but boy, were they prepared for it to come through. Let's see how they're feeling now. Let's jump into the TS again of Big and see if they can close this map.
Ja, okay. Close, einfach in die Banane rein.
Ja, ich musste auch smoken, oder? Oder hab
Ja, du smokest.
Ich glaube, du hast die Lilialie falsch geleitet.
Liliale. Geil.
Filiale.
Nee, Jungs, das ist ganz... Ich bin Gold. Sehe mein Fixpunkt nicht. Ich nade gegen.
Oh Gott, Alter.
Bitte raus,
War nicht
down.
gegen Molly.
Ich smoke mich ab,
Alles
Donut.
gut, geh vor ruhig. Kalt die Flash.
Von
Warte.
der Mitte down.
Flash?
Sind auch, glaube ich, vor
Flash
Windows
raus.
schon.
Ja, kann gut sein. Den Donut
Ist nix.
hinten.
Einer
Da
tot.
ist einer mit
Ah,
Window drin.
ja.
Window hat minus 50.
Ich muss Base, ich muss Grundlinie halten. Der geht doch, Win Base. Wer ist schon Base? Nice.
Schön, das war der.
Jetzt er wahrscheinlich vor A oder Mitte.
Halt nur Cave.
Könnte auch Window sein.
Er hat Bombe.
Nice.
Nice, schön
Schön,
drüber
schön.
gefahren, Jungs. Gefällt mir doch so.
Richtig sick. Jungs,
Das
echt
war
stark.
nice. Das war
Digga,
sehr
waren die
gut, Mann.
schlecht,
Das war
Alter.
insane gespielt,
so
Alter.
ready of Ancient.
Easy does
Yeah,
it.
Big
Easy
Omen
does it.
Academy, nice little victory for them there, right? They have Ancient. We haven't seen either of these squads on it, and Big Omen Academy, they've got me very excited for them now, thinking of the future and whether or not we see this map appear for them again, because they looked very well drilled. For Astralis talent, it's a bit of an ugly one, right? Some things just go different on the day. It might have been looking great in practice. It might have been feeling good, but I don't think they were ready. They just didn't even look like they were on the same level based on what we just saw.
You know, the sad part about that is when you're prepping for a map, you're probably prepping mostly the T sides, right? Like you're figuring out your executes, you're working out where you want to go, how you want to default, and what you do when you get a kill here or there. But we didn't really see that T side, right? We didn't get to take a bite of it because they got steamrolled.
Yeah, they
in
had
the
so
first
little
half.
room, right?
So it sucks to suck, but maybe a chance in the future for Astralis. I have faith in this team. We're seeing good signs out of them. So not today, but maybe tomorrow. For now, we throw it over to the desk for the last game of the day.